Hey everyone, welcome to the Cybercram YouTube channel. In this video I'll be discussing cybersecurity certification rankings. It's a topic that's come up much in my past when looking at what certification to pursue, and I'm sure many of you have had the same questions about certifications. So first, so you know the perspective I'm coming at this from, I'm a Chief Information Security Officer at a well-known university. I think that's important for you to know because that means I'm often a hiring manager, so I've got to sift through resumes with sometimes lists of certifications, so I've got to go through these certifications and rank them and provide a grade to them. I've got a BS in computer science and I also have an MBA. My background with certifications is that I currently hold the CISSP. I've held this since 2007. I hold the GIAC, GCED, and GSAC certifications. And then I've lapsed or allowed to lapse the Microsoft MCSE that I originally passed in 2006. And I think I recertified the MCITP in 2011. And then I've also allowed the GIAC Certified Unix Security Administrator certification to lapse. And as to why I allow these to lapse, mainly a time and energy and money question. I've basically resolved to allowing the first ones to continue to keep them up, but then the last ones I didn't want to continue paying fees and spending time getting CPEs to keep those current. And now to the rankings. I consider the CISSP to be the best certification out there, and then the SANS GIAC suite. As I'll mention here shortly, the SANS GIAC group has about 30 certifications that they've put out that are all just terrific. Then after that, I would say there's a pretty good drop-off to vendor-specific certifications, and then a category that I call other. And by no means is other all-encompassing. There's a ton of certifications, and I could spend probably an hour just listing out all the ones that are out there. And I'm sure I'd still miss plenty. As for the CISSP, I think the main reason I think it's wonderful is it's such a broad exam. There are currently, I believe, 10 domains of knowledge, 10 areas of knowledge that you're questioned on in the exam. And in each of these domains, you have to go into a moderate amount of depth to understand various pieces. So you could get any question there from something like incident handling all the way to physical security, so understanding fire hazards in a data center. And so it's a pretty good amount of depth there, a pretty good amount of breadth. As for experience requirements, the CISSP requires you to have 5 years of experience. You can get one of those years taken off if you have a 4-year degree or if you hold another ISC score credential. Something that's pretty cool with the CISSP is that you can be an associate of the CISSP if you've got less than the 5 years of knowledge, but you have a certain other amount. And then once you reach that 5 years of security experience, you can then upgrade to the CISSP. The CISSP is going to run you about $1,550 total. That's a $699 exam fee. And then if you download their online self-paced training, that's $849. In my experience, the training provided by ISC Squared was terrific. It was very in-depth. And just studying that alone helped me to pass the CISSP. Ranking number 2 are the SANS GIAC certifications. And these provide a tremendous amount of depth. They have 30 different certifications that they offer currently. And there's a good amount of just breadth there. So you can study anything from reverse engineering malware to something completely different like penetration testing, to then again something completely different like Unix security. So there's plenty of different areas of knowledge for you to dive into, depending on what your interests are. And I will say these exams and the study material are pricey. For the exam, you're going to pay roughly $2,000, and for the study material, about $7,000. Now, my organization is a member of a consortium, and so we got this pricing down to about 40% of this cost. So I think it costs us roughly maybe $4,000 for both the exam and the training. So look into that if your company is a member of any kind of consortiums. Also, as I'll mention later, if your company's got any kind of training budget, take advantage of that. Look at that training budget like free money, basically, similar to like what a 401k is. If your employer is offering that, take them up on it, because otherwise, if you don't have that employer there, you're going to be forking this over out of your own pocket. And it's much better if you have somebody else to at least subsidize the cost. And then number 3, I've got a ranking for what I call vendor-specific certifications. I don't have anybody here that, in particular, I rank highly or more highly above the others. I'm sure all these vendors offer great material. I know in my experience, Microsoft offered wonderful material. The reason I've got these listed here is basically that these will help you become an expert, more of a subject matter expert with whatever technology you're working with. If you're looking to work for somebody who runs a given technology, I highly encourage you to go and see what that vendor offers for certifications. In my experience, when I certified with the MCSE with Microsoft, that subject matter expertise of especially group policy and Active Directory really helped me with my first 2 employers, and it helped me to become a go-to person and more valued, I would say, in those 2 organizations. Similarly, if you're looking at working for somebody who runs Palo Alto firewalls, go ahead and put the effort in, put the money into getting certified Palo Alto. That way, when you're getting hired, they'll see, okay, this guy is serious about this, or once you're hired and you've got that credential, they can look to you and, say, okay, let's say Mark, you've got a Palo Alto certification. Let's go ask him to see what's going on here, see if he knows what's causing the issue. And then the next ranking I've got just general other, and I think here maybe I should relabel this heading to be more of entry level certifications. And I think I don't want to discount the value these provide. These are certainly valuable certifications. They provide you a good amount of knowledge. I would say though, if you pursue one of these or both of these, go ahead and look at expanding what you're pursuing. Look at other certifications. It's really frequent that I see when I'm hiring folks that people will get the Security Plus, which is great, but then they'll stop. I highly encourage you to continue going to something more challenging, expand that knowledge, and pursue, even if it isn't the CISSP, which is very broad. Let's say you want to be a pen tester, go and look at pen testing certifications and pursue that body of knowledge, build that body of knowledge. And as to why you should get certified, I think one of the main reasons to get certified is to gain knowledge, but then also to build your resume. Especially when you're green in the field, when you're new to the field, the certifications help you to understand cybersecurity at the foundational level. And then also at the same time, when you add the extra line on your resume, you're building that resume. You're showing hiring managers that you've got a given level of knowledge. And as for my recommendations, again, if your employer's got a training budget, take advantage of that free money. Put it to work, build your credentials, build your body of knowledge. Something else that I think is very important to realize is it's important for you to commit to what you're doing here. If you want to work in cybersecurity, understand what areas you want to go into, but commit and then be ready to be humbled. I know when I first sat for the MCSE, one exam took me 3 attempts to pass, so I failed twice, and then on the third try I passed. And really, that experience really humbled me. It really got me to question, okay, am I doing what's right? Is this what I really want to do? Well, having that commitment to getting the MCSE really helped to calm me down and realize, okay, I just need to continue stepping forward, continue moving forward to get this credential, because this is one way I want to build my resume. Something else that's important to consider is that you're competing against many other people in the marketplace. The cybersecurity marketplace is growing, and again, as a hiring manager, I see some resumes, and if I had to estimate, I would say they're the top 7 or 8% of resumes, probably not even 10%, but 7 or 8% that have some tremendous credentials and are individuals who really push themselves. So keep in mind that that's who you're competing against when you're looking to get hired, or even if you're running your own company, that's who you're competing against when you're looking to get a contract signed. When you pursue that certification and you present that resume, be honest with yourself, grade yourself. Ask yourself, is this really your A-level work? Is it A-? Is it B? Is it D or F level? Again, if you're getting the Security Plus, I would say don't just stop there. Have other credentials on your resume. Just continue building. And I think it's beyond the competition aspect. It's important that you continue to build your body of knowledge, build your character, and just be the best person you can be, the best cybersecurity professional you can be. That way, when somebody's looking to hire you, you can present that total package. If you found this video helpful, or if you have any questions especially, leave them in the comments. If you found the video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.